Hey, Tanya. So how come we have a podcast?
I can't believe we have a podcast. It took, what, 2 weeks?
Well, actually, there is a story behind it, okay? I actually have this project for a couple of years. It just did not happen. And I believe that the reason why it did not happen because it's not meant to be yet. I think I was waiting for you. Why did you take so long?
I don't know. We all have our reasons for delaying.
Yeah.
But I agree with the perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect time is also everything, right? I do believe that there is a reason why things don't happen at first, why, somehow it gets delayed. Sometimes they're changing plans. Actually, this podcast originally is supposed to be like, maybe just me. And then it became like, oh my God, it went through so many titles. And finally here, because the perfect title for this is...
Amigas.
Amigas.
Two amigas.
Two amigas just talking about life, just having a great banter, just being honest. And somehow trying to, shed a light out there, right?
Completely.
And share our experiences and share our hearts, our thoughts, and hope that somehow we can inspire other people.
Redirection is God's protection. That's how I
so
see it
true.
As well.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
It really is. But there is something I want to ask you.
Okay.
Because it's obvious and it's the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Skinny elephant in the room, everyone.
Let me prepare myself.
Because you've gone through a transformation. And it's super topical now because of the whole new year, new me.
Yes.
Everyone's running into the gym.
Oh my
movement.
gosh.
I have to protect the equipment.
Exactly.
My full body, not just my
It feels
towel.
like a jungle. Okay, it's a jungle out there. It's so many people at the gym. And everybody's running for the machine. And I hate lining up. What about you?
Yes.
It's horrible,
I have
right?
to flex more often. I have to reveal the quad muscle.
Yes. To be able to reach.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what is evident is that we have been going to the gym.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. And that's how we met.
And that's how we met.
Actually, yes and no. Because I've seen you at the gym. But then Rufa introduced the two of us,
Mutual
right?
friend.
Yes, a mutual friend introduced the two of us in an event. And then I just love you instantly.
It was instant.
Yeah, it was instant. It was magical.
Instant. It was,
Yeah.
and not many things are that easy. And I think, at least personally for me, I've been so planned and curating my entire life and really pushing and grinding. But I found with this project, Amigas, it just flowed so easy. Because I also had a podcast, well, I still have a podcast about high performance because I'm a high performance coach. And I wanted to give people commute size, driving to work or getting to work snippets that will help them in their career, in their days, in their working days. And it was a grind. I love it, and I'm going to add more to it. But I think when you just meet the right people, community,
Magic just happens.
Magic happens. It flows. The energy somehow
It's
changes.
easy, right?
It's easy.
It's easy. If it's easy, it's right.
And I think we have to be on the lookout for that more. Be on the lookout for the ease, things flowing. Anyway, that was my side note.
Yeah, so they're all at the gym. I'm also always at the gym, by the way. But yeah, how did I do it? Like
You made it look really easy. You lost 40 pounds.
Yes, that's no joke. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
like a small child.
I just made it look easy. It's not easy. I think nothing that's worth it in life, it's easy. And I think that's one of the misconceptions a lot of people. People want the easy. They just want easy things.
Pop a pill.
Yes, but easy things are not really, they're just not it.
Before we go into, everyone wants to know, how did she do it? Okay. I want to know the moment that you realized that maybe you were overweight. Like, what was the moment that it really hit home for you?
I think it got to a point where, of course, it was not overnight. It was through the years. And I did struggle a little bit with like the back and forth, like lose, gain, because I was trying to fight it so hard. But I did have an underlying condition, which made it really hard for me, which I had a cyst. A lot of people don't know about that, but I had a condition called endometriosis, where a cyst, endometrial cells, they move outside of your uterus and they grow somewhere very inconvenient, and that can cause a lot of pain. It's not life-threatening. It's a benignized cyst, but the problem is it's really like, it's just horrible, like the pain and, the inconvenience, and can push your organs around. So I had in my abdominal muscle. And then that was not enabling me to be able to work out properly, because I've been like, very fit my whole life. I grew up into sports, and, I have a background of, being a beauty queen. And when you're a beauty queen, you always need to be at your best. So since 18 years old, I have a coach at the gym. I go almost every day to the gym. I have like a set of exercise that I do because I need to look in a certain way. And I did that career for many years. And eventually I transitioned to becoming a model, and then of course an actress, celebrity endorser. And then I needed to keep a certain look. But then motherhood hit me. I got married. I got a baby. And then even though I was trying so hard, I was struggling with a lot of hormonal imbalance caused by that problem that I didn't know I had.
I was going to ask that.
Exactly. And then basically what happened is, I just keeping upgrading my clothes size, which was very depressing. From extra small to small. I went to a medium, then to a large. So then I went extra large. Said, oh no, I cannot do that. Then I went back to large, to a medium, and just keeping going back and forth and battling with like my desire of, okay, whenever I look at the mirror, this is not me. So I think when I really realized, it was sometime like almost 2 years ago, when I told myself, I cannot just live this way. Pandemic hit everybody, and it hit hard. And then you start to somehow, think about where you are, where you want to be, and how do you feel about the things that you've achieved so far? Like, what are your aspirations? Is this it? Like, are you done? Is there something else that you want to achieve? Like, and things like that, just keeping all these questions, just keeping flowing to my mind. We had a lot of time during pandemic. I had a lot of time at home. And then I said, no, there's so many other things that I want to do that I was not able to do because I became a mom. I became a wife, and I was full-time mom and wife. And then I told myself, okay, what about Priscilla? What is left for her? So I look at myself in the mirror. I said, okay, this is not me. So I need to do something.
So you made a powerful decision.
I made a powerful decision. I even had a time frame. Okay, because I after so many treatments, because of my condition, I needed to, I had no choice but go through under surgery. So under the knife. And I said, okay, this is the day I'm going to have my surgery. So it was April 14 last year, 2024. And I said, after my surgery, this is what's going to happen. Okay. I will go through, I will do everything that I need to do to get Priscilla back.
You committed.
I committed. So I said, okay, I'm going to do like a cleansing of everything that's not good for me. It included people. It included, lifestyle. It included, adding things that are going to make me look better, healthier, and happier. So what I did was basically after my surgery, I talked to my doctor. I said, okay, when can I go back to the gym the soonest? And then they told me, well, it will depend, but most likely between 4 to 6 months. In my 4th month, April, May, June, July, August, I went to Brazil. I reconnected with my family. I needed also that, emotional support, like to feel loved, to feel whole,
Very
to go
important.
back to where everything started. So it's like somehow it was like a kind of, how do you call? Like I just went back to what I know to be safe for me, to be able to regroup and to move forward.
Come back stronger.
So basically I went back home, I had my great quality time with my family. And then when I came back, when I landed, August 8th, I called my doctor and I told her, okay, can I start working out? And then, of course, I needed to see them. And then when I saw them, they said, yes, you can start working out. Not so heavy in the abs, in the core, because I had a surgery. But yeah, you can start already. And in 6 months, like in 2 more months, you can do full workout already. So that's what I did. Sometime August 15, I enrolled in the gym. I stopped eating everything that I know it's not good for me. I completely detached myself for everybody that was not good for me. And then I just focus on it. This is my goal. This is what I want to. So I have actually this mood board, which is very cute. What I set up in my home. And I put everything that I want to be, everything that I want to accomplish, the things I think I deserve. And then in that mood board, it's a sexy Priscilla. So it's a Priscilla in a billboard, looking two-piece, looking her best.
Two-piece swimsuit.
Yes, two-piece swimsuit. That's a bench ad, by the way. And then I was like, okay, this is me. And I'm going back to that. And nobody can stop me.
You got so clear on who you wanted to become. And then you moved all the chess pieces to create a plan that allowed you to implement it. So people want to know, what were you doing at the gym? What were you eating? What were you supplementing anything?
Yes, gym alone. I always talk. With the technology nowadays, there is so many things that can help you achieve your best version of yourself. So yes, I started the gym. It was not only the gym, the diet. Gym is 30%. Food is 70%.
Abs are made in the kitchen, they say.
No, they're not. they're prepared or something like that. Yeah, but basically what I did was I really removed, diet-wise, I remove every processed sugar. And everybody knows. And everybody that sees me and that knows me in depth, they ask me, Pri, you have a sweet tooth. Yes, I do. But you know what?
Guilty.
I love myself. So I rather choose me than the sugar. So I remove every processed sugar. So my only source of sugar is, of course, fruits. So
your sweet potato.
Yes, because I started this. People ask also. They keep asking me, "Oh, what diet did you do?" And I'm calling it. I don't know if that exists, or maybe I'm creating a trend. I call it Earth Diet.
Earth Diet.
Yes, I call it Earth Diet.
Hold on, is that because
I miss Earth? No. Somebody else asked us, is that because you miss? No, Earth Diet because I eat everything that comes from the earth. So if it comes from the ground, it's okay. There is no measurement. There is nothing. You can eat as much as you want, as long as far as you're satisfied. But if it comes from the earth, you're good. So everything that comes from the earth, I'm good. And then I add to it, of course, animal protein, because that's the best. Because I work out at the gym, so I need a good source of protein, and red meat is the best. So I really added the meat to my diet, plus the earth, anything that comes from earth. So basically, I eat sweet potatoes, all the root crops, sweet potato, calabasa, cassava, anything that comes from the earth. And then plus that, of course, fruits comes from the tree. The tree is attached to the earth. And then I also eat like some vegetables, different kinds of vegetables. And then I remove also all kinds of dairy.
And helpful for reducing inflammation. But this is often a misconception when people are trying to lose weight, get fit, look after their health, that they have to starve themselves.
Exactly. I do not starve myself. I eat.
I confirm she does not starve herself.
I eat good food. And aside from that, of course, I went to the gym. I committed to the gym. When you commit to a relationship, right? You want to see the person every day. So I fell in love with the gym again. I look for a gym where I feel, I can perform my best, where I feel that's my sanctuary. So I picked a gym, and then, where there is all the tools that, enable me to, to become the best version of myself. And then I picked someone to guide me. I picked the best coach that I could pick, someone that has all the know-how to guide me the best way. And then, I committed to that. Every day I go, no matter what. I can be super tired. It can be different times of the day, morning, afternoon, evening. It depends on my working schedule. But I go, even Sundays.
I had 4 hours sleep last night, and I thought that could be a reason to not go.
Right?
And to just stay in bed a little bit longer. But because this has been, like you, my routine, and I know the benefit of after the workout, on the other side of getting out of bed and doing what I do for my body, I feel so much better in comparison to having slept in.
Yes.
Like what I get from moving, from breathing properly, from stretching my body, wakes me up more than an extra 45 minutes in bed.
That's so true. I think I got to a point, because, in the beginning it's very hard. I'm not going to joke around the bushes. It's not easy.
Can we go into that? For me, I guess in my life, but also as a coach, working with people who are making changes, people like you, super committed, whether it's in their career, relationships, health, to be prepared for change, the change that you want to experience. We know the road is going to be rocky.
Exactly.
We know it's going to be an uphill slog, climbing, tooth and nail.
Yes, literally.
And then sliding down and then feeling like we've gone backwards and then, one step back, two forward, two steps back, three forward. It's a dance change and it's hard. So how did you mentally prepare yourself? Mentally, we understand the physical.
Yes.
Because you eat well, you hydrate, you make sure you get the rest that you need. But how about the mental and the emotional preparation?
Actually, that's the most important question. How do you do that? I think, I don't know if it works, not necessarily works for everyone, but I do believe that, to get to a point where you can actually mentally be ready for something, it's kind of a miracle. You never are. Nobody's never mentally ready for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You cannot say oh, I'm ready. No, you're not. I don't think anybody is ready for anything. But if you do accept the fact that you're not ready but willing to try and just go for it. So it's really like a mindset. No matter what happened, I'm going to be there. No matter what happened, I'm going to do this. So the mental work was, this is my goal. This is how I want to look. This is how I want to feel. Because it's not only about the look. It's not about looking a certain way, feeling a certain way. Because especially when it comes to women, I think, just human beings in general, confidence is a huge aspect in everybody's life. Being confident about the way you look, be confident about, just open your mouth to say something, to sharing your ideas. So in order to build up that confidence, you need to love yourself. So you go to the bottom of the pyramid, like love. It is what it takes for you to get anywhere. If you don't love what you do, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to get anywhere. So mentally, you need always to be like, okay, this is me. I need to take care of myself. This is what I need to do. So I'm just going to do it.
Priscilla, that touched my heart because so many people set goals, dreams, desires out of fear. So they go to the gym because they don't like themselves. They starve themselves because they don't have a certain thing. And they think that by depriving themselves or punishing themselves, that they're going to get a better result. But even if I've got friends with an 8-pack. And they say, even then, Tanya, I'm not satisfied.
They're not happy.
I don't feel happy in myself.
Yeah.
Because they're motivated by not loving themselves.
Yes.
Which is crazy when we think about that. Where did that come from?
Yeah, I think it comes from society that builds people up in a lot of negativity and in a lot of constant, judgment. Yes,
judgment.
Even as kids, the importance of, as parents and even everybody, the family, the people that surround those kids, so constantly just encourage them or giving them words of, affirmation. Yeah, because if you grow in an environment where everybody's telling you, oh, you're chubby, or oh, you're not that pretty, or you're not that good, your voice is not that nice, you grew up with all those insecurities, always thinking that you're not good enough. And no matter what you do, you feel that you're not good enough. And I am fortunate to grow up in an environment. I had an amazing mom. And she always told me that I was enough. But I came to the other side of the world and I met a lot of people, and suddenly I saw myself being such a confident young woman, and then suddenly turning into something that I was not, because the people surrounding myself with constantly, giving me, it's just judgment over judgment. If I was skinny, you're too skinny. If, I gain a little bit, oh, you're too fat, or you're not pretty enough, or you're not young enough, or you have already a daughter, or, you're too old. There is constant just judgment of people that's supposed to be there to support you, to build you up, trying to break you down because it's just insecure people around you.
Yes.
So that was part also of my mindset. I really need to completely free myself from people that do not build me up. So what is it if I'm trying daily to build myself up, telling, loving myself, but I have constantly around me these people that are simply not good for me. They don't love me. They don't care for my well-being. They're just there just to suck my energy. So part of,
detox.
That's hard. It's really like getting rid of all these
weeds.
people. Yes.
Pull out the weeds.
Exactly. We need to.
Yeah.
Even if it's a family member, even if it's a best friend, even if it's, I'm sorry, a partner in life. You really need to, select and, and reject, something.
Curate.
Yes, you need to. So it is just a society that is built up and, a lot of people, they have so many insecurities and they believe that if you're up there, they're down there.
Yes.
And that's a very wrong idea, because the way I think and the way I was raised up to think is that if we're up there and I'm holding to, I'm also going up.
Yes, a
Right.
rising tide lifts all boats.
Exactly. So it's really just, unfortunately, the way a lot of people is built, and it's just so sad. So
It does come from fear.
It
comes
comes
from a lot
from
of fear.
fear.
And one thing that I've learned is that, especially when I couldn't cut some people out, it made me sit in the pain for a bit longer, and to really get. Now this is going to be quite meta. Thinking about the thoughts I'm thinking. Why am I offended by that? Why am I triggered by that? Why am I letting them pull my strings? Am I a puppet? Is this a puppet show? I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And so it made me get very, so if anyone's watching or listening and they're thinking, well, absolutely, I can clean out my pantry, I can fix up my
That's the
workouts,
easy.
I
That's
can
the
do that
easy
stuff, but there's some
stuff.
certain people around me that right now, I can't leave this job, or I can't leave this relationship right
Yes.
now, or I can't let my parent take care of themselves right now. I need to be around them. One mindset that helped me get through this, to make change, but also to role model, to be the example of the change that I wanted to experience personally,
Yes.
was realizing that it was never about me.
Exactly.
The stuff that people say,
Yeah,
too
you
young,
got-
too old, too Asian, too whatever,
Yes.
all those judgments were a reflection of them.
Yeah.
It was never about me. It was about their fears.
Exactly.
And so actually judgments reveal,
The true character of a person.
yes.
Yeah.
And so when someone said something, I didn't really make it about me anymore, good or bad.
Exactly.
You like my sweater? Cool.
You don't like it? Cool.
Yeah, you're just speaking about what you like
Exactly.
and don't like. And so even when I give compliments now, I don't say, rather, I want to make sure that it's the person wearing it that is acknowledged, not the cuteness of the sweater,
Yes.
but the cuteness of the person in their taste. And then making an alignment is that we have the same taste, and we're creating a bridge,
Yes.
a fibre
Connection.
of connective tissue.
Yes.
So that was a little side note. If you can't get out of something right now, and
Yes.
this is the ultimate goal as well, is to understand people, to create community, and this is a nice time to gently plug where we are actually as well,
Yes,
because
of
this is why
course.
we chose this place. We
Exactly.
had many places to choose from, but this really is Asia's first all-in-one creative hub.
Exactly. And my daughter comes here for
Yeah.
her music class, and I just love it. The first time I've been to the RMA studio, I was in love. It's so nice to go to a place just like my gym. The reason why I pick my gym is because when I go to that place, I feel that I can be the best version of myself. When I came to this place, I was like, damn it, why do I suck in singing? Why can I never be a pop star? What happened? God, give me it all. So it's just like, it's so hard, right? To be in a beautiful place like that and have no talent. So I said, no, okay. My daughter, I'm going to be a mommy manager. So I said, this is perfect for her. I think she can really inspire to be the best version of herself. She can really make her dreams come true if she has this kind of playground. Because it's really like playground for music, right? For music and all arts connected. And then, I came inside. It's beautiful. And I'm like, oh my gosh, who is the owner? Oh my gosh, how do they do that? Every corner is special.
It's actually quite relaxing as well.
Very,
for something that
very.
is quite high tech.
Yes. You have a lot of elements, right, that it's supposed to be a little bit like more stiff. But
I think it's the woman's touch. It's definitely Jade.
definitely Jade. Yeah.
Definitely Jade.
Kudos to Jade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Snaps for Jade. But I will say, even though we might not have the voice to, it's still giving us voice.
I know,
through
right?
podcast.
Exactly.
Still giving us voice through podcast. So why do you think it was so important to you? And this is still on the hard journey bit. So change is hard. We all know that.
Yes.
What did you say to yourself when it did get hard?
Yeah,
When you didn't want to wake up.
Yeah. I just literally, like lately, I have some words of affirmation that I read myself every morning, which helped a lot. It's like, and it all revolves. I can actually share with you guys later on.
Can you give us
in the
one
notes?
now?
Yeah. Oh,
What's
yeah. I
one
need
now?
to. Okay, I can get my phone. I just read this
put you
morning.
on the spot, but I think people want to hear it.
So basically, I am a born again Christian. I grew up as a Catholic, but even as a Catholic, I believe in connection, relationship with God. You know, and then I just every day when I wake up, this is what I say. So are you ready?
Give it.
Okay, give it. So I say, you know, you need to put your name in the. It's like a prayer or a mantra. Okay,
Beautiful.
some people that are not, you know, like, they're not religious or they're not, into that. They can say as a mantra,
So
right?
that's how you speak to yourself.
It's how you speak.
How
Whatever,
you're speaking to yourself.
yeah, whatever you believe and makes you, feel good. That's what matters. So I do say every morning when I wake up, I, Priscilla, will prosper.
Ha!
Right? Ching ching! Money!
Powerful.
Pera. So I say, the works of my hands are blessed. Everything I touch is blessed.
Thank you.
Bless you.
I'm not washing my hands now.
Yeah, my
least 10
life
days.
is blessed. My business is blessed and will always prosper. Opportunities will always find me, always locate me. I am protected by God. I will always walk in good health. My destiny helpers are locating me and they will help me. My life is a blessing. My child is a blessing. My love life is a blessing. I'll never know lack. I will always prosper. I will always attract wealth all the days of my life. I'm favored by God. My destiny is connected to great people. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
So every day, that's what I do. I wake up, first thing I read, I get my phone, and I read that as a mantra. And then from that point on, I need to go to my bathroom. I need, to do stuff. I need to brush my teeth. When I look at the mirror, even if I look like I just came out from war zone, and I saw you can just rush into my room, I'm like, you know what? You're beautiful. You're beautiful. You look good. You're looking really good. And I just keep telling that to myself. And as I grow to the day, I'm like, I know you're smart. Actually you have something, girl. So I just keep telling me in my mind. And then I started doing that like a year and a half ago. Because I had those people that constantly keep telling me negativity and telling me what is wrong with me and never, telling me what is right with me. So now I just keep looking at the mirror. Oh, nice color of your hair now is a little lighter. Oh, that's nice. Oh, nice haircut. Oh, flex those abs. And, I just keep saying those things. And then as I go through the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, what a nice car I drive. Oh my gosh, nice meal. And I just like the grateful attitude. I'm grateful for everything that happens. And when something bad happens, I turned that into good. Okay, this happened because something worse could have happened. So thank you. So, I think it's like the attitude of being grateful for everything that happens to you and, for being alive. So I actually just had someone to reach out to me like yesterday and start to just throw like, what if the end words now? What if the world ends now? What if, we all die? What if these things happen? And I'm just telling that person, I told him, I said, you know what? Why don't you just try to live and be grateful for what you have? If the world ends now, it ended. There's nothing you can do.
What control do you think
you have no control of anything, right? So just try to enjoy. A lot of people, instead of living, they're just surviving.
Yes, that we are creatures of habit. Yes, we sometimes, often, our disposition is to prefer the worst. Because we know we can survive.
Exactly.
It is predictable.
Yes.
We stay in jobs we don't like.
We kind of, focus or we kind of like attract, right? Okay, if the worst happens, okay, this is the bad things that can happen. And I will survive. I can do this. Okay, this is the other worst things can. Oh yeah. Instead of focusing on this is the best thing that could happen.
So that's been a problem for me personally. Like focusing on, And also, I honestly believe that it's the legal training as well that I've had, because we always have to forecast the worst.
By the way, guys, Tanya is a lawyer.
Yes, I did qualify. I'm non-practicing. Don't hold my certificate anymore. But yes, I did everything, practiced in construction infrastructure, then planning and environment. But the mindset is, what is everything that can go wrong, and how can you protect your client against that? And it's still this, yes, that's work, but it's still the same head, my head, that hits the pillow.
That's true.
So then I'm forecasting in my life, I'm being the lawyer for me. Well, this can go wrong. What happens if that goes wrong? Oh, I want to change my career. Oh, well, you've become used to a certain lifestyle, Tanya. You're going to lose all those things. Yes. And who's to say that other idea is actually going to work? Could that business take off? Will that employer accept you? Could you even have a side hustle as you do that? And I psych myself out, like preparing for the worst. And then what happens? Paralysis.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. And so I learned that the hard way, actually, because especially from this health perspective, when I was in law, it was not that long ago, guys, but no, there wasn't any working from home. It wasn't set up for that. Don't even think they had the insurance for that. Couldn't take a laptop home, couldn't take documents, evidence, it's all private stuff. So you had to be in the office. And my role was highly litigious. I was in court a lot.
Oh, wow.
And so things would change on a daily basis. Oh, Tanya, you do know you have to stay. Like, where are you going? But it's 11 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we need to be in court at 8. These documents need fixing. This person, you need to send out these letters. You need to let these clients know. There's a chain reaction of events. So suddenly I'm all night at the office, multiple nights, taking a nap under my desk just to close my eyes with an alarm for 20 minutes. And then the lights would kind of turn off at that point, and then the cleaner would come through and I'd give them, a big fright because there's a person underneath the desk. And I actually developed an autoimmune disease because of that fear to change, the fear to stand up for myself.
I think a lot of people have that kind of,
Well, it triggered something, and it was
disease. Can we call it disease?
It is a disease. It's an autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and it just physically it meant I was like, why is my hair falling out?
Oh, okay. So actually develop a disease out of it.
Like apparently the doctors say, oh, during this with this condition,
like
your
stress
body
related.
attacks. It's all stress.
Yes.
It's all stress. Stress causes inflammation, triggers hereditary predispositions for things. Even if you don't have a family history of disease, you'll create something in your body. It's really scary. There's anyway. It's funny how God, the universe, can give you these redirections, because it was the time of the global financial crisis and I was made redundant. So I was forced out of this place, a decision I couldn't make for myself.
It was made for you.
It was made for me. And so there are things that you think, oh my goodness, my life's over, income's over, what am I going to do? But I'm unhappy doing that. So to question everything in your life. Plus I'm sick. I went to the doctor. They said my skin was cracking and bleeding as well. I'd shake someone's hand and it starts to bleed. Really awkward.
You really had all the...
Yeah, my face was cracked. Makeup would sit into the cracks. Yes. It was just not cool. And I felt exhausted. I would sleep from Friday night to Sunday morning.
Oh, wow.
If I didn't have to go to work. The doctor gave me these pills. And I took the script, popped it into my purse, didn't think much of it. And as I was walking out, I popped my head back in and said, Doc, like, how long does this course last for? I thought it was like antibiotics. I said, but like antibiotics.
Yes.
I was like, oh, you have to take a pill every day for the rest of your life.
Oh, wow.
And I took that paper, folded it again, put it deeper into my bag, and walked out. And I felt like I was floating, not on a cloud, not cloud 9, but I was having an out-of-body experience. I'm like, what do you mean? And they handed the script so easily. Swish of the signature.
Yeah.
There you go. I thought, wow, this is how quickly we get pills for stuff. And I thought, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting hooked to a pill
Yeah, something.
to fix a symptom or a series of symptoms. I want to treat the cause.
Of course.
Well, I did have redirection, God's protection, getting out of law. So it forced me to do something else. And I used that as an opportunity to do something that I actually liked,
Exactly.
that aligned with me more. I wanted to be creative and commercial. So I forged a career in marketing. This is before coaching. Forged a career in marketing, learned a whole heap of things. But what concerned me was the ease of getting these pills. Instead of taking health into our own hands.
Consideration, yeah.
Yes, and like you, I eliminated the sugar. I had a sugar addiction, guys. I had a sugar addiction. I had chockies in my bag all the time. During university, I worked at a bakery. Worst place for a sugar addiction, my God. I would stand. My brothers caught me one day. I've got two brothers who are twins. And I had a foot on the pedestal bin, so the lid was open. This was a sugar addiction. I had 6 white bread buns.
Oh, wow.
Iced with sugar and sprinkles.
Oh, my gosh.
I would
That's
grab-
the youth mate.
I would grab the bun and, like a machine, lick the sprinkles and icing off.
Oh, wow.
And, throw the
And
bread
I
into
thought
the
I
bin.
was addicted to sugar.
Oh,
You
no,
brought
no.
that addiction to a different level.
Oh, I did. We said we're being honest. Like this is a full honesty podcast. Like
Because I can finish like a bag of gummy bears, like that. And I'm not talking the small one. I'm talking the big, giant size on the sharing.
Jumbo family pack.
Yes, exactly.
But we also have to be careful. Like just
course.
treating symptoms and not the cause.
Exactly.
And so, like you, overhauled my diet, blitzing whole courgettes, which is zucchinis, into my morning smoothie. Exercising, I was over-exercising as well. I reduced, from 2-3 hours to 1 hour, 90 minutes, whatever I needed. Usually split up over 2 sessions because of work. And got my health into line in my own hands, being self-directed. And I had my blood values checked like 5 years later. It's completely normal. I'm
So
in
you're
the
in
normal range.
no
I
way
do not
near-
have Hashimoto's thyroiditis anymore. But if I didn't decide,
Yes,
the importance
exactly.
of decisions for
Yes,
yourself, if I didn't
exactly.
decide to explore this further, to take my health into my own hands and just rely on a system,
Yeah.
just rely on the person in the white coat, then I'd still be popping these pills every morning. Isn't that
Exactly.
crazy?
It's crazy because then you're giving your faith to someone else. And that's the issue generally in people, because when you come from fear, right? You stop making your own decisions and you just let everybody else around you navigate your life for you, which is it's so wrong.
It's a
Because that's your
washing machine.
life.
It's like being in a washing
Yes,
and a lot
exactly.
of people live
They live like
this.
that, right?
They need the judgment, actually.
Exactly.
They need someone to tell them their perspective of who they are.
Who they are.
In order to know who they are. And they're scared to decide who that is. And so this is why, to me, and I previously haven't talked about this very much because there's obviously some kind of fear in me, but it's definitely ebbing away. And that is that connection to my soul, connection to myself. And if people say, how did you make this change? How did you bounce back after, you and your fiance broke up and then you...
So you're single.
I am single.
Okay, guys. Tanya is single.
But the last one wasn't my fiance. But there was a lot of wow, talk about some of the great C words, criticism coming from that experience. But we live and we learn, and again,
Exactly, and we move
redirection,
on.
Yes,
Yeah,
is
we
God's
move on.
protection.
Exactly.
But how about, because you were talking about the affirmations you have, but just before we move on from that, how does your faith support you, and how has your faith supported you when the journey for self-improvement is hard and you're in the spotlight? So you're exposed
Yes.
to a lot. Is it just repeating your mantras to yourself, or do you connect more deeply? Like, so I meditate. It's my prayer. I go deep into my soul. I'm connecting with the quantum field, guys. I'm interested in that. So I'm there. I'm going to the place of creation inside of me. Yeah, I'm going deep, and that's how I stay tethered throughout the day. So I'll have maybe 3 or 4 15-minute meditation prayers to bring me back into alignment with myself, because I've had those days, weeks, months, years where I am working hard.
Yes.
but what am I working hard for?
Yeah.
Who for? And is that even what I want? And then I developed this distrust with myself. Like, who even am I? So I found for me the practice of having these checkpoints throughout the day, like pit stops.
Yes.
To reconnect,
to make sure that you're in the right
yes,
track, right?
Connected my track.
Yes.
Not someone else's race.
Of course, no. The one
My
that you're
race.
setting for yourself.
Yes, but how do you do that for you?
Well, for me, the way it works is that, again, I mentioned I'm a born-again Christian. So I believe there is something higher, bigger. I believe there is a bigger plan for me. It's not only to look the way I look. It's not only to do a podcast. I really believe that we all come into this world with a mission. I don't yet know my mission, but I do know that I have, you can say like, I'm good in connecting with people. I'm good in connecting with people, and when I love deeply. So I do think that I bring the best in people. So whenever I am checking on myself, I just make sure that I go back to the root where, okay, the reason why I am the way I am, because I believe that I'm God's favorite child. He loves me so much. So I read a lot of the Bible. I read a lot of Bible verses to strengthen my faith, so that through him, I can do the things that I can do. Because I do not believe that I can do the things that I do out of my own power. Because, without God, I'm nothing. So the way I somehow curve, I somehow draw my path is believing that I'm doing something in his behalf or for his kingdom. And that's why...
In service.
Yeah, I'm at service, and that's why I can, be able to reach the place that I'm supposed to reach. So it's never my doing. It's, again, go back to my mantra, to my prayer every day. God's angels are guiding me. He's preparing the way for me. He's protecting me. He's guiding me through. But in order for me to be effective, I need to make sure that I surround myself with the right people. I need to make sure that I eat the right food. I need to make sure that, everything that's surrounding me, it's godly.
You control the controllables. You
yes,
influence that
exactly.
In a nice, balanced way.
Yes, a balanced way. But I also, going a little bit outside of that, I've learned through the years that everything that happens, especially when it comes from the outsiders, it's not coming from within you.
Within.
Yeah,
Yes.
You should not take it personal. Even like the bashers, or, the negativity, how you said early. And I just want to emphasize that. It's about their personality. It's about them. It's not about you. So when we start to understand that all those outsiders, that, outer energy is not about who you are or what you're meant to be or where you're supposed to go. It's about the people around you and, and everything that's happening around you. If you start to isolate and understand that that's not personal, when somebody tell you something, when they
Even
make
though
a
it sounds and
comment,
feels personal.
it can feel very personal, actually.
Yes.
It can feel very personal. But
Resisting the urge to retaliate.
Yes, sometimes to punch a face.
You,
Sometimes. Yeah. But, if you start to observe the concept of, okay, this is actually not personal. Like just the other day, I somebody was talking to me, and then they've been very rude and offensive.
Who was it? I'm rolling up my
Anyways.
sleeves for the listeners.
And then I just turned to that person and said, "Are you okay? I think you're not having a good day." Because it's not about me. Whatever you're saying, it's probably about you. So they're
Wow,
like,
yeah.
"Yes, I'm okay." No, you don't sound okay. For you to be being this rude and say these mean things, something's really not
How
okay
can
with
I
you.
help you? No,
That
See,
was
that
my
is-
next line. How can I help you? Because you definitely, there is a problem. I'm not the problem. Something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
Because you just come after me saying all those things. What do you get out of it? Yeah, you want to make me feel bad?
I can tell you what they
Do
get
you
out
feel
of it.
good?
I can tell you what they get. I don't even know this person, don't even need to see them, and they hope they don't cross my path. But it's told you, instant besties, when you know. It's
I'm not saying anything. I'm quiet.
okay, I'm going to skip past what I was going to say. It's really important then to be internally referenced.
Yeah.
And as opposed to being externally referenced. Of
Yes.
course, when we operate in community, we operate in collaboration, especially at work, in family units, sort of moving pieces, we have to be open to feedback.
Of course.
And review.
It can be very, it can be like a learning curve, right? You just like of course, people give you feedbacks, things, and then you can take in consideration, think about it, and say, okay, I can improve here, I can improve that.
Yeah, fair.
Right. Yeah, you can use in that sense.
I did cut you off. Yes, I did muscle my way into into get this before you. Whatever. Yeah.
But basically, it's just like the way I think you should operate is really just not taking anything personal. And when you stop taking things personal,
You become free.
yes, you free yourself.
become
That's the perfect.
Free.
You
Like,
free
even
yourself.
my shoulders just went, I could
Yes.
breathe. Like I'm not,
Yes.
and this is the thing, we're living a lot in stress. And that's actually a topic for another episode, I think. But just to kind of round this conversation out, yes, we're at the start of a new year.
Yes. Everybody's at the gym.
Everybody's
It's
at
like
the
a
gym.
jungle.
Get off my leg
Yeah.
press. Get off my Stairmaster. How do we maintain it?
Exactly.
I mean, because we've talked about your strategy.
yes.
You first removed
yes.
what wasn't working.
Exactly.
What wasn't in alignment.
For
whether
many
it's
years.
Products, people,
Yes.
food, cysts. You created space. Because this is an issue when making change. It's like, well, my plate's so full. I can't add
Take
any
it
more
anymore.
to.
Yeah.
I'm here to strip it away. When I work with senior execs, I'm like, okay, share your screen
It's like
with
a
me, my
decluttering,
friend.
you know?
Yeah, because we're going to strip away everything that we have just decided, that you have
Exactly.
decided,
That's
is
no
not
longer-
the priority
yes.
because it is a distraction and it needs to be scheduled for next quarter, next year, or just deleted.
Exactly.
Or actually, or delegated. Empower someone else to get the job done.
Yes.
So really important to strip things out first, make space. Then you can actually think, okay, how am I going to fill it?
Exactly.
You can become strategic. You got advice from your doc because you had an operation. You can do your own research. We've got so much at our
Yeah.
fingertips. Super helpful, ChatGPT, if you ask good questions. So you added the good stuff in. You created a mindset ritual in the morning. You keep it close to you during the day. Even when something challenging or negative or outright bad happens, like, oh, well, it could have been worse, actually.
Exactly.
And
It can always be
redirection is a
worse.
protection.
Yes.
And you surrounded yourself with people who can support you. You talk about the importance
people
of
that
community.
supports me, that loves me, that I feel the love, that are that cheering for me, happy for my success.
Yes, basking in your glow. That's why I'm so tanned,
Yes.
everyone. If you so how do we maintain that?
Oh well, physically,
Because you don't want to lose another 40 pounds. I mean, you lose a leg.
of course, yeah. I think it's really lifestyle change. And it boils down to lifestyle change. When I decided, like 1 year and a half ago, that's not the person. The person I was seeing in the mirror is not me. What do I need to do to get to that person again? Not only physically, mentally, spiritually. I also decided that I'm not going to lose her ever again. So it's really a decision that you make every day. And it's something that you just make sure that nobody but you have control over. So I do make sure, how I said, no matter what is a commitment, just like in a relationship, just like with your job, your work, just like family, you just commit to do the things that you need to do to be able to stay where you believe that you should stay. So I was able to lose the 40 pounds, the 80 kilos, the 18 kilos, and then, I completely created like a healthier, lifestyle for myself. Starting from the food that I eat, for the time that I go to sleep, the time that I wake up, the people that I interact with, the people that are allowed around me, the kind of job that I want to do, the things that bring me pleasure, even the places that I go, like aside from, of course, the diet, the coach, the gym, the mindset. I also, I'm privileged to endorse like a stem cell clinic, And they have amazing, that's EW Villa Medica. They have amazing procedures. So, supporting all my lifestyle change, I go consult to them. I do placenta extract. I do a bunch of treatments that they have there to keep me maintaining and also to help me in the journey of losing those 40 pounds. And I just keep myself focused and make sure that everything that I do, it's in accordance with my agreement, the contract I signed 1.5 years ago. It's really like a contract sign. This is what I want to, it's like when you sign a contract, like either be like an endorsement contract, job contract, anything, whatever, you have like, these are the agreement terms. This is what's going to happen if this doesn't go right. This is what's going to happen if this goes right. So, okay, what I'm getting out of it? I'm getting a better version of myself at 41 years old.
Boom!
Of age, right? So I have I have like, how do you call that? Abs now that I didn't have when I was 18. Okay, so it is something that boosts my self-esteem also and just keeps me motivated to keeping going. So even if I can have my ice cream yesterday.
That's hot. Yeah.
Today I'm going to double time at the gym because I want to make sure that the ice cream doesn't affect my facts. You know what I mean? So it's just like the compromise. It doesn't
mean...
mean...
Having balanced
yes,
to life.
it's, like everything is about balance. You give, you take, and, you cannot only take, or give.
Yeah.
You need to balance everything and never compromise, what you believe in and what makes you happy. And when I talk about what makes you happy, it goes down to the fact that, love yourself first and foremost. I love God. After God is me and everybody else follow after down the path. Because I got to a point in my life where, I just give. And
there's nothing left.
There is nothing left.
There is nothing left.
There is nothing, because I want to be the best wife. I want to be the best mother. I want to be the best friend. I want to be the best daughter. I want to be the best everything. And then in the end of the day, it's like, wait a minute.
Priscilla, do you want to tell people who tell me this? And, I love you, so don't take this personally.
Okay.
Given everything we just discussed about taking things personally. When someone does that, it's actually as in giving away everything, not leaving anything for themselves. It is one of the most selfish things you can do. You are making people so reliant on you.
Yeah.
And if you have nothing left, if there is no energy left for you to repair, grow, serve yourself, for you to grow, to keep growing in your mindset, in your spirituality, in your health, then what happens to them
if you're no
longer here?
Actually, I did not take it personally. I think you're right, spot on. I think it comes from a fear of, being accepted.
Yeah.
A fear of being needed and building your worth through somebody else's eyes. Because then when you're complimented, oh, you're the best wife, then you feel good.
Yes.
When you compliment, oh, you're the best mom ever, you feel good. So, you're getting actually your worth, out of what somebody's telling you, which should not be the case.
No.
It needs...
that you're a good mom. Like,
exactly.
Inside
So now whenever
partner.
anybody question, I'm straight out to the point, you know what? I'm the best mom. I don't need my daughter to tell me that.
Yeah.
I know exactly what I do, how I do it, and why I do it. But you know what? I also need time for myself. So it's okay if I go out and have some drinks with friends.
Lead by example. I mean, do you want a daughter who is afraid to do something for herself, afraid to speak up, afraid to go see her friends? Because children, they are always watching.
Always.
Always.
And they always like to mimic you too.
Yes.
So, the talks I have with my daughter actually is amazing. She's turning 13 soon.
Wow.
And she's super talented. And just like me, she does have a person. Actually, she used to. Let's rephrase it because words are very powerful. She used to have this sakit. Sakit's a sickness in Tagalog, right? She used to have this sickness of, pleasing personality. You always want to please people. You always want to be the goody-goody in other people's eyes. And then I'm constantly telling her, because I saw that on myself, so I was like that also, not that far away ago, of constantly seeking for the approval of other people, the love, the attention of other people. And that's why I just keep on giving. So I constantly now tell her, no, you
Well, she
need
got
to
that from you.
I think it's genetics, or maybe I don't know, by association. I'm not so sure what happened there. By watching, maybe. I just tell her no. Learn how to say no. Because I was also a yes person. Everything, yes, yes. Even if no, yes, yes, yes. So now it's no longer like that. I say yes when I feel like saying yes. I say no when I don't feel like saying yes. And that's it. And I just live with it. And if you like it, good. If you don't like it, good. In the end of the day, I'm going to do what I need to do to make myself happy, to make myself healthy, to make myself, be whoever is supposed to be.
And you do it with love, because when we take care of ourselves, we actually take care of others.
Of course.
In many ways. We're the example. We can come wholly and fully to the relationship, wholly and fully to the job, wholly and fully to the role.
And you can inspire people.
Best. Yes, because, it's one thing that I've learned. If you don't do that, you resent the people around you, and that is no way to live. Stress causes cancer, guys. Anyway, so the way I like to talk about, and just to round it off with what you said, having the characteristics of the Priscilla that you're never ever going to let go of again.
Yes.
And living into that. I like to call that with my clients. Anyone listening who knows me, I call it you 2.0.
Oh.
So wherever you are now, it's the you 2.0 of that level.
Okay.
And I say to people, you got to get some clarity. So, and I do this little exercise, not even part of official coaching, it's just something that really helped me, where I close my eyes and I think about the success, the experience, the goals, the dreams that I want to have or be or do. And I see that version of myself, whether it's learning to do public speaking, I see that version of myself doing it.
And you know what is that?
Mic.
Visualization and manifestation.
It is.
You see, it didn't happen yet, no, but it will. So you just really see the whole process through.
Oh, yeah. And I take it to a whole new level, because I want to lay neural pathways and release emotional baggage that prevents that from happening. So we can talk about that another time. But I close my eyes, I think about, what are how does she think? So that version of me who's already doing it, successful, is easy for her. How does she think? And I take instruction from that version of me. She literally tells me what she does, and I write that down. Then I say, how does she interact with others? How does she move around the room? What is that like? What's her posture like? Is her back more straight? Is she breathing into her stomach and not worried she's going to look fat in her dress? What is it? Is she looking into people's eyes while shaking their hands more? Is she adding a second hand to the handshake? What is she doing? I want to know that, and I write that down as instruction. Then I look at, how is she running her life? Because that's all the outside stuff and how you think, but how is she actually running her life? What course has she taken? When has she plugged that into her calendar? When has she blocked off time to actually do that?
Yes.
And does she have speeches lined up? And so I look into, and I actually plan that out, and they become instructions for me.
It's like a guide.
A proper guide to my 2.0.
But most of the very successful athletes, that's what they do. Like before they even go, Federer, before he even go to the a tennis game, he already visualized winning.
Yeah.
So that's how they do.
It's visualization plus also the practice without forgetting the feeling.
Yeah, the feeling is very
really
important.
Hold us back.
Yeah, because feeling is what makes it real.
This is why I really don't like the saying, but Tanya, isn't that fake it till you make it? It absolutely isn't, because if you're faking, you don't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
You don't believe you deserve it.
Yeah.
No. And even if you get it, you'll either lose it, just like people who win the lottery overnight. They don't have the emotional thermostat to deal with more than their annual income from their salary.
Exactly.
But anyway, so this is part of setting yourself up for success in 2025. We would encourage you to think, who do I need to become? If that's my dream or that's my goal, who do I need to become to level into that? It might not be up. It's definitely not down. It might be sideways. How do I level into that person? How do they think? How do they interact with others? And what are the habits that support them? And then if you stay in that space, in that visualization long enough, You'll also get instruction from your higher self about what you need to stop doing,
Exactly.
what you need to start doing, and what you need to continue doing, because we've all been through stuff.
Exactly.
We know what supports us, and we all, despite knowing we have some bad habits, we have some really good ones. So what gets to stay, guys? What gets to stay? And this is when you do what Pri did.
That's what I call decluttering.
Yourself.
So 2025 is right now here. It's just, first, second month of the year. And then we really need to declutter, not only for the the clothes and the physical things, the people, but also from within. We need really to get rid of bad habits, enhance the good habits,
Break them.
Yes, awake the hibernating good habits again, and then just like take one day at a time.
Oh yeah,
and just do it. You just really you don't need really to overthink about it. It's as simple as like, okay, if I'm always late for work, and that works for me, not for work actually, for friendly gatherings.
For everything.
Okay, so if I'm always late for work, okay, from this point on, okay, maybe I should wake up 30 minutes early. Maybe I should wake up, I should make sure I put my watch a little bit earlier so that I know that I won't be late.
Yes, preparation for the
Yeah,
night before.
if I'm overeating, right? If I go to a restaurant, I over-order. So, okay, let's first order antipasto first.
Yeah, and then
See how we feel. And then I can order my main course. Maybe one dish at a time.
Oh, gosh, it's making me nervous. I need to eat. I need to know what I'm having. Entree, main, and dessert.
And then it all falls down into, again, discipline. If you know where do you want to get, then you know what you need to do to get there.
That's the clarity.
It's within you. You don't even need to ask other people. We know what we're doing wrong. And if you choose to keep in doing what you're doing wrong, then you're just going to circles. You're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah. And, that's when you hope you believe in future lives, so you can come back and hopefully do it differently. So why not do it now? So I think that's a nice place to put a pin in this first episode. Just like to thank Jade again.
Yes.
At RMA
Studios.
Wow.
For being the house of our podcast.
Yes, for being our home here, bringing together people who want to express themselves, find themselves even through music of all ages. I mean, we found our voice here as well.
Yes.
I think that went pretty well, Pri. What do you think?
I think it's good. So far, it's good. I know I talk a lot. So let's use the advantage of our advantage. It's a podcast, so I'm allowed to talk.
You are. And if anyone, if you think this is worth 5 stars, I mean, give us a rating. It would really help us.
Yes.
It's a brand new initiative. If you have any questions that you'd like for us to answer or topics to address, please let us know. We promised you at the start of this, and this will continue, that we're just going to be real.
And just going back to how I did it, guys, mindset, number 1. But it goes back to loving yourself. You really need to change your eating habits. Like my breakfast, for instance. Even now that I'm not as strict with my diet, what I eat for breakfast determines everything that I'm going to eat throughout the day. So you've seen my breakfast. I've posted some pictures. 1 sweet potato, 1 or 2 eggs, half of a fruit or a whole fruit, and then a lot of tea. So I drink like tea, caffeine-free throughout the day. I make sure, that that's what I have, warm. I avoid cold things in my stomach. And then I supplemented it with a lot of other stuff. Like I make sure that I have the right amount of, vitamin C. I do have some supplements that I love. I do take also vinegar, like the gummies, vinegar gummies. I do have vitamin D. I do have also, some hyaluronic acid. I also have, of course, the placenta extract from W. Villa Medica. I also have, magnesium, iron supplements. So, making sure that your body having all the nutrients that you need. And then making sure that you also engage in activity that will help you to become healthier and to become active. So I do go to the gym every day. And then, I surround myself with amazing people. I always like telling myself words of affirmation throughout the day and doing the things that I love. So it motivates me to, keep going and making sure that, that Priscilla of actually 6 months ago, it's no longer in the picture. So this is a Priscilla 2.0 version. There. So that's how we do it. But what about you? Before you round up everything that we're talking about, Have you ever looked this good?
I fluctuate 5 kilos up and down, but you know what? I feel like we can say that in another. We can talk about that
Okay.
at another time. But thank you for the opportunity.
To sharing, because Tanya is also like a gym,
Gym bunny, go on. Say it. Gym bunny, you like buff bunny.
all about determination, focus.
Yeah.
So I think just to really wrap up, it's just like the bottom line is everything in life. If you want something so badly, you really need to work for it. Nothing comes easy. Nothing in life comes easy. If it's easy, in the sense that you're not really working to get the results that you want, you just want to be like a couch potato and just sit there, and then that's what you're going to get. But it also boils back to the fact that, when it's meant to be, it feels easy, right? Because in the beginning, it's very hard. It can be a little bit, complicated or a little bit challenging to start a new whole lifestyle change, But then when you start to nail down and put all the points that you need, the things that you need to do, and you start doing it, eventually it feels easy because that's the right thing for you. So now, every time I need to go to the gym, I actually don't hustle it. I'm excited to pick my outfits. Every time that I'm going to have lunch, dinner, breakfast, I'm actually not like regretting it. I'm happy because I know that what I'm eating is actually, good for me, and you make me be more productive throughout the day. So that's just my, 2 cents.
Well, there you have it, guys. You're wondering about how she did it.
How I did it.
Lost 40 pounds in such a small amount of time.
No miracle pills, no medicine, nothing.
All the earth diet.
All the earth. The earth is with me.
Thank you, Pri.
Thank you, Tanya.
Love you.
That's it. I love you too. And then that's it. So we're done. We did it for our very first podcast. That's it, girl. And much more to come. And of course, I just want to thank you all, especially RMA Studios, for being the home for a podcast. And of course, RMA Studios is a all-in-one creative hub. The only all-in-one creative hub in Asia. So there, guys. So thank you so much for watching this podcast. This is Pri and Tanya. And you've just watched and heard to Amigas. Till next one.